First there were separate stores and catalogs, then malls, now separate stores, and Amazon. Now Amazon is doing to Walmart what Walmart did to other retailers. NAFTA, Amazon, and the baby boomers. The trifecta that destroyed America. It's obvious to anybody living outside of the empire's sheltered compounds. Retail is dying. Large malls, strip malls, and small shops have closed everywhere. Retail is dead. They want everyone penned in like cattle and ordering crap from the internet. The one store that never goes out of business is the liquor store. Since June 2015, retail chains have accumulated more than $45 billion in aggregate Chapter 11 liabilities in connection with over 80 bankruptcy filings. As a result, the tipping point for U.S. commercial real estate is approaching fast, begging the question whether WeWork's upcoming bankruptcy will be the straw that finally breaks the camel's back. The malls have lost a lot of diversity of what they once offered back in the 1990s. Now, it's primarily all clothing stores, and maybe an Apple phone shop, and a dumpy food court, and that is it. Also, many of the shops that are moving in aren't retail at all, but rather services, like for nails, tattoos, and other useless stuff. Bookstores like Walden's Barnes & Noble and Borders, science stores, hardware and implement stores like Sears and Montgomery Ward's, outdoor shops like the Nature Store, community employment centers, pet shops, electronics shops like Radio Shack, movie theaters, Bergner's, record stores like Sam Goody's, KB Toys, The Sharper Image, the Imaginarium for Kids, even many shoe stores like Payless and Rockport all have closed. Those are all gone. Those clothing stores that are left are having tough competition among themselves in an already oversaturated market, and with customers who simply don't have the money to buy any longer. Those malls will eventually close because of that. This is not to mention anything about the high overhead that the malls charge merchants to rent space there, and the mall's management inability to keep some diversity there to attract customers who want to buy something else other than clothing. Welcome back to the Atlantis Report. You are here for your daily dose of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Please take a second to smash that like button. And as you know friends, I rely totally on your donations to keep this channel functional. As you know, it takes a crazy amount of research and time to bring you this content on a daily basis, so I hope you consider helping with whatever donation you can afford. Thank you. It is difficult to quantify all the damage Amazon has done to America as it has burrowed its way into the fabric of society. Amazon is the destroyer of the stores that provide valuable jobs. Amazon's coming Prime Day global shopping event is the perfect time for consumers to just say no to the company that employs an engulf and devour strategy to weasel its way into our lives. It is difficult to quantify all the damage Amazon has done to America as it has burrowed its way into the fabric of society. This company has exploited communities by continually telling consumers it is the answer to a better America, while it feeds at the government teat. Only after it has wrecked communities, leaving many Americans jobless and retail stores sitting as giant empty shelves, might short-sighted consumers finally see the errors of their way. Amazon is bad for America, it is that simple. An example of this surfaced a while back when it was reported that Amazon would be allowed a 2-year trial in New York State to ship food to customers and be paid with their EBT cards. This would, in effect, hammer Amazon's competitors that were not allowed to do the same. While nobody seemed to care, this translates into grocery stores willing to locate in poorer areas losing business to a company unwilling to locate in these less desirable markets. This is a rather self-defeating in that it rewards those unwilling to commit to making the community better and damages the brick-and-mortar stores that will. Not only do these stores pay local real estate taxes and provide jobs for those in the community, but they also are forced to deal with a huge number of shoplifters. It galls me to no end to see retailers in our communities going out of business as the U.S. Postal Service bends over backward to give Amazon a special edge. This is very wrong. Considering that the USPS has had to purchase special equipment such as larger trucks to deliver packages for Amazon, it is not difficult to reach the conclusion the USPS is simply in cahoots with Amazon or willing to sell out the rest of American businesses for a few dollars in revenue. On Memorial Day, I saw the USPS delivering a package for Amazon. Please name another company that gets this type of special treatment and service from the post office. This is a time when most stores are closed so their employees can be with their family. Ironically, in the past, many retailers have reaped public outrage for staying open and trying to profit during major holidays. People often claim to expound old-time values such as cherishing personal relationships with the people in their neighborhoods that they do business with. Sadly, without much thought, these hallmark moments are often thrown under the bus. While consumers may cherish the help and advice supplied by Fred at the local hardware store, they can rapidly become disloyal when seduced by a good ad appearing online. It seems some consumers become almost giddy at the thought of receiving a package from an online seller mistaking it for a gift. The truth is these packages are not free. Even if they are paying the same price, such goods come with a hidden cost levied against their community. That cost is lost jobs, local sales, and a lower tax base. This is why if prices are anywhere near the same, it is wise to do the right thing and support your local merchants. On another note, when things get tough, that is when you find out who your friends are. I remember the eyes of the nation turned towards Florida when Hurricane Irma was bearing down with Category 5 winds, and companies like Walmart and Target queued up to give back to the communities that supported their stores. In one heartwarming commercial, we saw Walmart paints a picture of America coming together, supporting those who saw their lives washed away by Hurricane Harvey just days before. Meanwhile, Amazon.com increased prices on basic supplies ahead of the hurricane's landfall in Florida. The fact Amazon jumped the cost of water drew the most ire. Kate Taylor of Business Insider reports, customers took to Twitter to share screenshots of water from various brands, for example, Aquafina and Nestlé, priced roughly between $20 and $25 per case. Usually, the same cases of water sell for between $4 and $8. The bottom line is Amazon gouged customers for about 500 to 625%. Over the years, Amazon has employed an engulf and devour strategy that takes no prisoners. It even crushes merchants working on its platform by stealing their product ideas and undercutting them on prices. This is done by giving their own Amazon-branded products premium real estate on their website. Amazon has also been stepping up efforts to recruit Chinese suppliers and manufacturers directly, which cuts small American merchants out of the picture. As these new Chinese players have entered the picture, an explosion of counterfeit products and fake reviews have hit the site. This is an issue prominent in Chinese e-commerce. With U.S. shoppers estimated to spend $317 billion on Amazon this year, or about 52.4% of all online sales. Profits have increased for 7 quarters in a row. Amazon has become a formidable force. I ask all consumers to see Amazon for what it is, a self-promoting hype machine. This company is far from transparent, and while politicians fall over themselves to be in its shadow, it is not our friend. Because of its massive advertising budget and other ties to Amazon, we find the media often seems to be in bed with Amazon and fall all over themselves to portray the company as both the flavor of the day and the future of commerce. This means you seldom hear anything bad about the retail behemoth that has the power to turn most news articles about Amazon into nothing more than free advertising that is spun to place the company in a flattering light. Current tax laws at the local, state, and federal levels have changed little over the decades and lag far behind how business is conducted in our modern age. This feeds directly into creating an unfair advantage for Amazon, which has used them as a foundation to fuel its growth. Still, even more troubling is how the company has created an environment that draws in other sellers of goods that in a predatory manner undercut their ability to compete. When you add these actions with Amazon's growing influence in Washington due to its strong relationship and contracts with the CIA and deep state and its CEO's ability to drive public opinion through the Washington Post, we have every reason for grave concern. Remember the proverbial saying, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. India has tightened the noose on e-retailers, and America should be too. Understanding the value of brick-and-mortar stores to local communities, India has placed several restrictions on e-retailers in order to level the playing field and make things fair. By far, the worst abuser of the current e-commerce system here in America is Amazon, which has developed strong ties with the government. Amazon has even incorporated a complacent United States Postal Service as expanding its advantage over businesses by delivering Amazon packages at a discount, and even on Sunday. To make matters worse, state and local governments have put special packages together with incentives aimed at luring Amazon to build in their areas oblivious to the damage it will cause in the coming years. I strongly urge people to consider what kind of community and society they want in the coming years before jumping on the Amazon bandwagon. Amazon excels in creating illusions that fail to hold up under scrutiny. For all the praise, many people and politicians heap upon small business. They are often quick to cut the very throat of the creator of much of our wealth and jobs. India recently tightened the noose on e-retailers, and America should too. America also needs to investigate ways to level the playing field and protect brick-and-mortar retailers that provide jobs and are so important to the fabric of communities. Since Washington has become tangled up in its own feet and unable to get anything done, it is time we the people take action. That is why I again state, Amazon is bad for America. I urge you to boycott anything Amazon. This was the Atlantis Report. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. And please take some time to subscribe to my backup channels. I do upload videos there too. You'll find the links in the description box. You will also find a PayPal link if you want to make a donation. Thank you wholeheartedly to all those of you who have already donated. Stay safe and healthy, friends.